Welcome again to another interview video, where once again I was able to talk to the owner of Blueprint, Vikinglaw. Last time I talked to Viking, we discussed his upcoming SCP game, but today we only discussed the future of GAR in 2024. I decided to start it off pretty simple. What are his plans for GAR in 2024? Viking said the following: Our focus this year is to continue in innovating the roleplay genre, appealing to a broader audience and improving the free-to-play content. Additionally, we will be looking for ways to increase revenue without sacrificing the gameplay quality for the majority. We will also put emphasis on improving the map, such as with the planned border expansion. Some other aspects Viking noted for 2024 was finishing all of the divisional perks, tools, and morphs that have yet to come out. He also wishes to add new Camino events such as a speeder race, and as well wants to host weekly divisional tournaments, but we'll discuss that a little bit later. We are only 2 months into 2024, and we have already seen many things brought into GAR. This includes the new Star Creator tags and code generation system, new morphs for GAR officers and simply non-divisionals, as well as updated morphs for the new 1/4 morphs, and of course, the biggest update in possibly a couple years now, and one of the most talked about, the faction update. There's clearly a there is clearly a hype for GAR in 2024, and I wanted to know how Viking planned to maintain this hype throughout the rest of the year. However, he remained very vague on this. He only stated that they would be providing high-quality updates, which I guess we'll just have to wait and see what kind of updates these are and what they bring. Please don't let us down, Viking, please. A few weeks ago, Vikinglaw hosted a Q&A. He discussed many things and most notably revisited the old new map, which was originally planned. It was a very large map, primarily scrapped due to its massive scale. But he wants to bring many of those features or buildings from the old map into the current map. So we discussed ways to possibly add the Senate building into the main map, as well as a way for raiders to attack a Coruscant power grid and shut off the city power. Suggested by yours truly, by the way. You're welcome. So while there is great focus on the current map and improving and expanding it with what I mentioned and the, as mentioned before, border expansion, there is a brand new map being worked on, but it is still pretty far away from ever being finished. Probably not until maybe 2025 at the earliest. Definitely not in 2024 though. Some other takeaways from Vikinglaw's Q&A included the mention of the General Grievous Game Pass, which actually does have some images and videos that were posted late in 2023. He is originally intended to be a new boss battle to replace the Yuzon Vong from the Halloween update, and then is to be released as a Game Pass itself. And Vikinglaw still says that this is the plan, but at least we know that it is still, planned to be in the game. The thing that Vikinglaw is looking forward to the most, though, is these new divisional tournaments. In fact, a new Battleground style game is in the works to be released primarily for these new divisional tournaments. There was originally a Battleground style game planned, but it was eventually scrapped, but it looks to be making a return in 2024. While the plan is for the game to be only for divisionals, Vikinglaw may consider making a public version of the game, as it would allow non-divisionals to still enjoy the fun of a Battlegrounds game, because GAR really needs one, and it would also be able to help spread the reach of GAR into more of a shooter genre and sort of bring in a bunch of new players. While Vikinglaw has great aspirations for 2024, his biggest concern is that GAR has a very small development team, with only him and Rainy Lofi being the only full-time developers. Vikinglaw wishes to be able to afford a larger team of full-time developers, including extra producers, programmers, and builders, but right now, because of just how expensive it is to pay workers and pay developers, hiring only temporary freelance developers is his only option at the moment. And that concluded my interview with Vikinglaw about the future of GAR in 2024. I enjoyed talking to him, and I wish him all the best of luck this year in GAR. Also, Viking totally said that I was the best star creator in GAR. Don't fact check this. This is just trust me about this. Okay, bye.